Previously.
Loved that view, loved that pool.
Love the sisig.
Oh, that sisig. Yeah, loved Fort Santiago.
No, it was just a really good time.
Yeah, thank you so much to Manila. We talk constantly about coming back.
And then it was just a quick 4-hour trip back to Narita in Japan. Day 6. We had to hit the ground running at Narita Airport because we had to store our luggage, transfer our receipts to get our JR Rail Pass before getting on the Narita Express.
Not understanding trains in Japan, it was like, hurry, go, 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 go. So I ran all the way to get there. We just missed it. And then you're like, another one is coming in 8 minutes. And all I could say was, you made me run. Why did you make me run?
Because I didn't know.
I was so sick and unhappy at that moment. But the train was super comfy.
I have taken the bus into Tokyo and I've taken the Narita Express now. And I can honestly say I think I enjoyed the bus better, even though the Narita Express gave us a great view of the Tokyo Skytree. Again, rush to our train. And again, it's, why am I running to get to a train that's not here? Because I wasn't sure.
Why did I run?
And this was our first Shinkansen ride. It's smooth, it's fast. Our only problem was it was dark and we couldn't see what was going on outside.
Wanted to get a little box meal for the train.
An Ekiben.
Unfortunately, I chose the
Fishiest meal.
I did, and it wasn't my thing.
Our Shinkansen left out of Shinagawa Station and took us all the way to Kyoto. This was all in the dark, unlike this map. So we didn't get to see Mount Fuji on our way out.
Spin!
Spin to win!
Whee! Oh, Kyoto! Yes. Loved this room. Oh, I passed out. I slept like a rock.
Best sleep I had in Japan was there.
For sure.
But I pushed on to the Fushimi Inari temple.
Yes,
and
I was too sick. I said, go. I need to sleep.
I was gonna walk through it at night because I heard about other people doing that and getting up to the top of the, I guess, mountain for sunrise, and I was not gonna do that. But there was me and one other guy going through the Torii gates, and at one point a security guard starts walking after me, and I got a little nervous because I was like, oh, am I doing something wrong? And no, he explained to me that I should not go up the mountain because there are wild boar on the mountain, and that's dangerous. And I was like, oh, yeah, no kidding. Oh, well, then I won't. I'll just do this little loop, and I'll be on my way. And then he looks very seriously at me and says, and monkeys. Those must have been some seriously crazy monkeys for me to get that stare down and warning about them, so.
I'm sad that I missed it. This was in Memoirs of a Geisha, the movie, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes, so I'm very sad that I was sick and missed it. It looks beautiful.
Day 7.
The view from our Airbnb.
Definitely a mix of old and new. Our host Hishashi was excellent. Look up guest house Umikoji.
Yay, and the vegetable buffet. So for breakfast, they recommended it was an all-vegetable, local-grown buffet, and it was incredibly good. It was very energizing and filling. It kept us going for quite a long time.
Yeah, all locals too.
This tall guy can't not hit his head.
I'd be remiss if I didn't feature the toilets when in Japan. Can't take video of all the toilets.
No.
That's just weird.
And then you go back home to the States and... wah, wah.
To boring toilets.
Yeah, they are boring.
There are so many things to do in Kyoto. I wanted to go to the bamboo forest. I wanted to go to the Gion district. I even wanted to go to Don Quixote. But we had a larger plan on this trip, and Kyoto was just a layover.
So, this is my life now. Oh, here I am trying to blend in because everybody, when they're sick, like 25% of the population is wearing masks. And I felt really subconscious about even coughing on the train. I did my bit. And we're off.
I wanted to kind of give an example of how fast the trains would go from a stop to just getting out of town. I didn't realize it really wouldn't look all that impressive at the time. But you have to understand, these things are moving.
Very relaxing, very smooth ride. So it was nice to just kick back that seat and just lazily stare out the window.
We passed by Osaka. We passed by a baseball stadium for the Carps. We also passed by Himeji Castle, which you could see from the rail line. And if we look just past these buildings, park on the left, we were just on the right of that, where we stayed. And back there was where the vegan breakfast.
Yeah.
Then we were back on the rails. Riding the rails.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Hello view. Love that.
They're pretty much full speed here. I mean, people look it up. Usually it's around 130 some miles per hour.
Yeah.
It's a
Could
good
not
clip.
believe how much territory you cover in such a short amount of time. That's a luxury that we could really use in the States. We got a lot of ground to cover. I love this town. Sorry, I know that's loud. I love this town. I loved Mihara. It charmed me. Yeah, I thought, oh, look at that octopus. What? I don't know what that's about, but I'm in. He looks so happy sitting there with his big happy eyes and his woo face. And it just, oh, there was something about the energy of this town. I just fell in love with it.
It's all their zany stuff. And it was cool. The station is built almost on top of where the old castle was.
Yes.
So you can see the foundation of it.
And there were koi.
I went up on top. It was super windy up there, but it had good views. I really enjoyed it. It was early in spring, and we had some flowering going on up there, so that was nice.
Yeah, it really was. And to be somewhere where spring is well underway, we passed trees that had oranges.
Yeah.
I really liked small town Japan. That was something that I learned. And I know that Mihara is not necessarily as small as you could probably get, but comparatively to, Tokyo and Kyoto, it hit all the buttons.
Then came time to jump on our local train that follows the inland Seto Sea all the way from Mihara down to Hiroshima. And it's definitely a different vibe from a bigger city where people live in so tight, even though this is still pretty darn tight, but they have bigger homes that they're living in.
I remember being really happy. I wasn't too sick at this point. I was so taken by the wonderful sun.
The train was filled with people who were either going to the same place we were going, or they were locals just going back home from hitting up Mihara for some groceries and stuff.
It was this wonderful little fusion to see the Japanese people reacting to hearing Spanish spoken on the train and going, ugh, these foreigners. But they're far too polite to say it to their face.
Part of my planning for the trip would be if we took this line, the Kure line, all the way down to Hiroshima. It's not what we chose, but it would have been a beautiful display of the Seto Inland Sea, because it just follows the shoreline, I'd say about 90% of the way.
Wish I could look out the window and see this every day. I could not get enough of these views. So many untouched sandy beaches. Just, I would have loved to have been able to hop right over there and just put my bare feet down on that beach and just soak up that sun. Beautiful. That is such a gorgeous area in Japan.
And this is where we really left the city. We were coming on train stations that were just basically platforms. And you had to pay attention if you weren't used to it, because you could miss where you had to put your ticket through or tap your NFC card. Just like our destination at Tadanomi Station.
Bunnies! Oh, bunnies! And then there's The happiest day of 2019.
If you enjoy what we're doing, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. There are plenty more videos upcoming. Stick around.